Hello everybody, welcome to my grammar classes. This is Usha Subramaniam. In today's class, I will teach you how to convert active voice into passive voice. Before that, I request you to please subscribe to my channel and watch and share my video. Watch my video till the end and thank you for that. Now, before starting the conversion, we will brush up our memory with understanding what is a voice. Voice is a form of verb that indicates whether a subject performs the action or is the receiver of the action. What do you mean by this? We know that when the subject performs the action, it is active voice. When the subject receives the action, it is passive voice. When we see some examples, we will remember this better. In the active voice, she eats fish. Here, she is subject, eats is action, and fish is the object. And in passive voice, fish does not eat her. Still, she eats the fish. Fish is eaten by her. Fish is the subject, her is the object, and fish receives the action by the object. Another sentence, Ram pushed me out of the way. Out of the way is not required to build this sentence. Here Ram is the subject and me is the object. Ram is performing an action on me. In the passive voice, I don't push him. He is only pushing me. I was pushed by Ram. I is the object of active voice and Ram is the subject of active voice, which gets interchanged. And before converting active voice into passive voice, we have to understand certain rules to be followed. The subject is placed in the position of object. The subject of active voice comes to the position of object of passive voice. The object is moved to the position of the subject with an addition of by before the subject. See, when we convert active voice into passive voice, subject becomes object and object becomes subject. And when subject becomes object, we should add by before the subject. That shows that still the work is done by the subject of the active sentence. See this example. This man ate 5 mangoes. Here, this man is the subject, 5 mangoes is the object. This is an active sentence. This becomes passive and 5 mangoes come to the position of subject and this man comes to the position of object. But still, this man only eats all the mangoes. So, by is added before this man. One more step. The action word or verb is changed into auxiliary verb and be form of verbs. First, what is auxiliary verb? Am, is, was, were, are. All these are the auxiliary verbs and auxiliary verbs cannot stand alone in a sentence. It has to be supported by a verb with its be form. What is be form? When you add en, ed or ing to a verb, then it becomes the be form of verb. So, you should keep it in mind to add the correct be form verbs after the auxiliary verb. Now, for example, were is the auxiliary verb and eaten is the be form of verb. One more step is there. There should be a subject and an object present in an active sentence. And the subject must do some action on the object. See, this criteria should be present in an active voice. In an active voice sentence, there should be a subject and an object. And subject should do some action on the object. Otherwise, we cannot convert such active sentences into passive sentence. I will give you some examples. My friends lived in California. They lived. They are not performing any action on California. They are living. That's all. They do not perform any action on the object, that is California. So we cannot convert this sentence into passive voice. One more sentence. We are going on a hunting trip. Here also we cannot convert this, as we are not performing any action on the trip or any action on the object. So we cannot convert this sentence into passive voice sentence. Even if you convert, that will not be a very good grammatical sentence, or it will not give you good idea or good grammatical formation. The clouds have moved towards the mountain. You cannot convert this. I am wrong about it. Johnny got a plate. There is no object in this. The baby slept happily. There is no object in this. According to the criteria, there should be a subject and an object, and subject should do some action on the object. In the above sentences, we can see either the object is absent or the subject is not performing any action on the object. So these cannot be converted into passive voice. Now, tense-wise expressions of active and passive voice. So we will convert active sentences into passive sentences under present tense like this. Under simple present tense, she cares for her parents. We can understand this is a simple present tense sentence. She is subject, cares shows that this is a simple present verb for her parents. Here she is the subject and her parents is the object. And when we convert it into passive, her parents are cared for by her. See, we have added by to show she is only doing the action or performing the action on her parents. What is her action? Caring for them. One more sentence we can see. Anita counts the money. Very simple sentence. Passive voice becomes the money is counted by Anita. Is auxiliary verb and ed form of count becomes the be form of verb. Next we will see present continuous tense sentence. Hema is filling the bucket. Is filling shows that this is a present continuous tense sentence. The passive form, it becomes the bucket is being filled by Hema. We cannot say the bucket is filled by Hema. When we say the bucket is filled by Hema, this becomes the passive form of simple present sentence. Here ing form is there. We know that continuous form has ing form of verb. So we should retain this ing form. So only we are using being in the middle of is and filled. Okay. Next, the members are cancelling the show. Passive form is the show is being cancelled by the members. Present perfect. Here we know we have to use has, have in the present perfect form of sentence. She has created a wonderful gift. Passive form becomes a wonderful gift has been created by her. Active. My parents have invited my teachers for dinner. Passive form. My teachers have been invited by my parents for dinner. You can understand how it has been changed from active form to passive form under present perfect tense. One more sentence we can see. The court has investigated the cases. Here be careful to watch the passive form. The cases have been investigated by the court. See, here we have used has. When the subject is singular, make sure to use has. When the subject is plural, we have to use have, because it is the plural form of verb and it is the singular form of verb. We'll move on to present perfect continuous tense. Active voice is Tina has been writing a letter, and we cannot change this type of active voice form into passive voice form. We will see how we can do this under past tense. She cared for her parents. The same sentences I have used. Now change it into passive voice. Her parents were cared for by her. Active. Anita counted the money. Passive. The money was counted by Anita. Now past continuous. Active voice. Hema was filling the bucket. Passive voice. The bucket was being filled by Hema. Again, this ing form is maintained with the help of being, using in between the auxiliary form and the be form of verb. Active voice. The members were cancelling the show. Passive form. The show was being cancelled by the members. See, you should be careful with the tenses. Unless you know tenses thoroughly, it is very difficult for you to do the conversion. Because when have, has, had form is used, you should use the same form in the conversion. So you should be very careful to be thorough with the tenses. Past perfect. She had created a wonderful gift. Passive. A wonderful gift had been created by her. Active. My parents had invited my teachers for dinner. Passive form. My teachers had been invited by my parents for dinner. Active. The court had investigated the cases. The cases had been investigated by the court. Here, since we have to use only had in the past perfect, there is no necessary to remember whether it is a plural form or a singular form. So, it is a benefit for you to use had in the past perfect tense. And move on to past perfect continuous. Tina had been writing a letter, and there are no passive form for past perfect continuous tense. Future tense. Simple future. She will care for her parents. Passive. Her parents will be cared for by her. Active. Anita will count the money. Passive. The money will be counted by Anita. And future continuous. Hema will be filling the bucket. Passive form, the bucket will be being filled by Hema. So, being is maintained here to fulfill ing formation of the continuous form of any type of tenses. The members will be cancelling the show. Passive form, the show will be being cancelled by the members. So, we will go on to future perfect. She will have created a wonderful gift. Passive. A wonderful gift will have been created by her. Active. My parents will have invited my teachers for dinner. Passive. My teachers will have been invited by my parents for dinner. Active. The court will have investigated the cases. Passive. The cases will have been investigated by the court. Past perfect continuous. Tina will have been writing a letter. Perfect continuous tense of either past, present or future. There are no passive formation of active sentences. And I hope you really understood the usage and how we have to use conversion. This is a special type. Active. The workers built the building. See the passive form. The building was built by workers only. Otherwise by some people. You need not have to write by who and all, because the building was built. Next sentence. The teachers teach them cleanliness in the school. Passive. Cleanliness was taught to them in the school. In the school, it has been taught by the teachers only. You need not have to write by the teachers. You can write by the teachers. There is nothing wrong. But you need not have to. You can skip object here in the passive form. The doctor treated her in the hospital. she was treated in the hospital. Obviously, she was treated by the doctor only in the hospital, nobody else. So it is known. Here also you can skip the object. One more active form you can see. Somebody stole my wallet, and passive form, my wallet was stolen. When you are not specific about the person, my wallet was stolen by my friend, then you have to write by some name. Otherwise, you need not have to write by who. Now, doctor is also some doctor. We are not particular about the doctor. If you are particular about the doctor, then you can say she was treated by Dr. Srivatsava or somebody. Okay. Next sentence. I did the homework. This is active. In passive form, it becomes the homework was done. Obviously by me only. Nobody else will do my homework. So until now I have taught you how to do the conversion. Again I emphasize on the fact that you should be thorough with the tenses to understand the conversion from active to passive, and I hope you are. If not, please go back and watch my tenses videos and be thorough with the tenses. And I thank you for watching this video till the end. Bye bye. Have a great day. See you.